So, here we are, empty shell of a car. The only thing we have inside this is some nice fluffy dice. So, we're going to start in here today, and we're going to start with the engine block. So, we're going to go ahead and take that out. We're going to turn it upside down because the work's going to be done on the underside to start with. Completely pushing the wrong buttons here. Right, so the first thing we want to put on that engine will be the crankshaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and duck down till you see the tick, and then you give it a click. Now for easiness, we're going to grab this toolbox and we're going to shove it right here next to us and get it opened up. So now we need the main bearings which will hold the crankshaft in. So these can be a bit pernickety. There you go, there's a tick. So what we'll do is we'll install all three of them before we go ahead and tighten anything up. So you can see they're numbered. So that's main bearing 2, which will go in the middle, which will obviously leave. Oh no, that's one that's left, sorry. So I've done it back to front. The first one must have been 3. So anyway, we'll go ahead and put that on. Now these are 9mm bolts, so we'll go ahead and click tools. We will get the 9mm spanner. Let's go ahead and tighten the main bearings in. There we go. So to bolt things in, it's you scroll up on the scroller on your mouse. To undo them is obviously down. So there we go, that's the main crankshaft in and the main bearings to hold it in. So now, what we want to do is we're going to spin it round, and we're going to go and get the pistons. We'll put all 4 in before spinning back and bolting them into place. Two. There's 3. And there's 4. Okay, so the pistons are in. So we're going to grab the engine, spin it back round, and that is going to show us 8 7mm bolts. So we'll go ahead and grab the 7, and we'll go ahead and get all these tightened. Make sure everything is tightened in here. The last thing you want is to be driving along the road and your engine explodes, or your piston comes flying out the engine, and yeah, fuel as a piston is lost forever. They may bring another thing in. I'm hopeful they're bringing something into the game where you can actually go and buy new parts for the engine. It's quite rusted. But you know, it's a start. It's car restoration at the end of the day. So yeah. So the pistons are in. We're going to go ahead and flip it around because the next time we're going to install will be the head gasket onto the block. So we are going to stand up. Oh, didn't get it. Grab the head gasket, and we will put this on the block. Now we'll get the cylinder head. Cylinder head will go on, and we already have the 7mm, I believe. Yes, we do. So we're going to go ahead and tighten all of these. Right, so that's the cylinder head screwed on. I'm not sure now if we can actually hoist the engine maybe onto the engine hoist. We'll give that a try. In my other save I left it quite late to put this on the hoist, but I do believe we might be able to. So the hoist is the same as the jack. Oh, now it's raining, guys. I hope that doesn't do anything for audio. As you can tell, closing the doors doesn't really do nothing. So we're going to go ahead and right click until this thing is fully lowered. I believe that's not doing anything. Yeah, it looks like it is actually. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Right, okay. I just kind of thought the other now, we might actually be better laying the engine up here and yeah, this might actually be better. Again, I do apologise if that rain is so loud. There is absolutely no audio settings on this game. So yeah, it takes a while to jack things up on this game, which is a pain, but yeah. Right, so we're better actually moving this out of the way, so. A certain way this goes on, or okay, I think this is. I don't think this is going to work, guys. But we're going to try this. I remember reading a thing about what these actually bolt onto. Ah, there we go. Right, so tightening the bolts. Has it worked? Has it worked? No, it's not worked, guys. That's a pity. We'll come back to that. Okay. We'll put the cylinder heads in. Right, let's go over here and grab the rockers. What we can do is we can grab toolbox over here, and we need an 8mm. Right, so that is now in. So we need to go ahead and we'll put the camshaft in just now, I think. This is going to be annoying because we need to get this facing the right way. So annoying to get stuff put in on this game. You could have it exactly where it should be, and the game will still pretty much tell you no. Oh, I see a trick there. Right, there we go. So camshaft is 5. So we'll go ahead and tighten these up. Now we need to find the camshaft gear, which is this. We'll put that onto there. Now we need to get a 10mm spanner, and we'll drive this big bolt through. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and grab the timing chain, and we'll put that on, and then we should be able to go and grab the timing cover, which is here. There we go. Timing cover is 6mm bolts. So we'll go ahead and grab a 6mm. So yeah, for some reason you can get inside tables in the game. But you know what, it's early access, guys. What else could we ask for, really? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and find the water pump. Da -da -da. There we go. Go ahead and we'll grab a 7. Again, we'll go jump inside this table because we're awesome. Get the nuts on this side, make sure all the nuts are tightened, which they are. Okay, so I think now we can go ahead and put the crankshaft pulley on. Right, get that on. I think we'll drive that in with an 11. Right, we need the water pump pulley, which is this, which we'll put on. Water pump pulley is 7 mils. So the water pump pulley is on. Okay, right, I think we can go ahead and what will we do now? Since it's here, put the distributor on. Just one bolt around the back of the distributor to fasten it to the block. Okay, now I think we can go ahead and grab the alternator. Oh, guys. Oh, we're a bit much inside there. Okay, so bolt on this side. And it's raining again! Jesus! That rain is really way too loud, I'd have to say, guys. You see, we still need to adjust that when we get the fan belt. There's absolutely nothing I can do with that volume, guys. Do apologise. So now is when we would put the fan belt on, but we don't actually have the fan belt. So yeah, nothing we can actually do about that at this present time. We need to go to the shop and buy the fan belt. So we'll go ahead and get the starter on now. The starter takes 2 7s, I believe. So we'll go ahead and grab 7 again. And we'll be mystical and screw that one in without even seeing it. Okay, so there's we'll go across and we'll. Oh. Oh guys, engine's facing the wrong way now, so that's never good. Obviously, I think it's very unrealistic that you can pick this thing up with the amount of weight that would be in this right now. So let's go ahead and put the carbon. This takes 8mm, so we'll grab the 8 and 2 bolts on this side. And 2 bolts on this side. Now, I think, yeah, since we're there, now where are we? There we are. We'll grab the headers. There's the other engine mount point, guys. I think that's it there. Right, so the headers are 5/8. Okay, so on this there's 2 here. I believe. Yep, 2 there. There is 1 there. And there should be 2 on this. So again, make sure that all these are fastened tightly, because if you lose anything to do with your exhaust, you're not getting that back either. So, what I'm going to try and do, I really hope you can still hear me, guys. That rain, oh my god. You would think the game was set in Scotland. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab this again. Let's see if ah. Okay, so we are going to get the 10mm spanner back out of the box. And now we're on top of the table. This game makes no sense sometimes. So what we're going to do is, I think it's on, but we're going to go ahead because these were tightened and loosen and tighten them again, just to make sure that we are actually connected and it's not going to fall off the hoist. So let's go ahead and there we go. Now we can actually get around the engine within ease, especially for the next few bits. Okay, so where were we? I think we were just about to put the flywheel on. So we'll come across here and we will put the flywheel on. Okay, so we need 7mm. Gonna go ahead and tighten the flywheel on. We definitely don't want any loose parts here. The rain stopped at last. Probably not for long. Okay, so the flywheel is on. So now, what we're going to do, oh, wrong button. So, we're going to get this. This and this, by the way, guys, this being the clutch pressure plate and the clutch cover plate. And we're going to go and get the clutch disc. Now, the clutch disc goes into the cover plate, and then the pressure plate on top. Then you can pick the whole assembly up and put it right onto the flywheel. Now this should be 6mm, so we'll go ahead and grab a 6mm spanner. Again, just make sure you really are tightening these up. The last thing you want is any of this to come loose when the car is running or driving. Okay, so they are all in and tight. So, go ahead and get rid of that. Let's throw the oil pan on underneath. There we go. Grab a 7mm spanner from the box. Let's duck right down. Now, we really need to make sure we tighten this, because the last thing we want is an oil leak. And then to knacker the engine. So, make sure we get all of these bolts tightened. There we go. That one. And there should be... I'm going to get up a wee bit for this one. Here it is. This should be the last one. Now we're going to go and get a 13mm spanner. So if we don't do this now, we probably will forget. Get the sump plug tightened as soon as you put the oil pan on, guys. The last thing you want to do is go and buy oil in it to go straight back onto the floor. That would be such a waste of money, guys. Okay, so we're going to get down and we are going to attach the gearbox. Now the gearbox attaches at the bell housing with 7mm. Okay, let's get this. Okay, there we go. I do believe that this should be the same size, yes. The gearbox has a 10mm bolt on it, which attaches it to the block here. Okay. So next I'm gonna go and grab the next spanner I need. So this pesky little thing that I forgot to put in on my other save. It took me ages to try and troubleshoot why the car wasn't doing anything. So yeah, make sure that you put the drive gear in when you put the gearbox on. So go ahead and get this tightened up and on. Right, okay. Now we will. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So put the fuel pump on, which is 2 7mm. So that's the fuel pump on now. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the rocker cover, which should hopefully. Yep, we already have the right sized spanner. Right. So let's go ahead and tighten the rocker cover. Again, make sure you tighten this properly. You don't want bits flying out when you're driving along, because if the bits fly out, you're never getting them back. And at this present state of the game, you can't get anything back. Like, you can't just go and buy a new part. Hopefully, you can through time, but so it is recommended that you leave the air filter off until you've got the bonnet or the hood of the car installed, but yeah, we'll just go and it'll only take a couple of seconds to remove it when we're putting the hood on. And the last thing we need to get, guys, maybe it's going to be a pain. Right, so the spark plugs have to go in a certain order then. So here's 2, so 2 would have to go into this slot. 3 would be that. And 4th one. Now you don't need a spanner in your hand when you tighten these. Just scroll up as in you're tightening a bolt. Make sure they're all tight, because if you don't, you'll get a misfire and the car may not start. So there we go, guys. The engine has been built. That is ready to go. The only thing we need for it is the fan belt, and we need to get the electrics on, but we'll need to wait until it's in the car before we can get those on. Oh wait, oil filter. We'll get that cracked on just now. Right. So the rest of the pieces are all chassis related. So yeah. So there we go, guys. There is the engine fully built. Let's pull this back and reposition so we can actually have a look. So that is ready to drop in the car when we're ready to do so. And I think that will conclude today's episode. When we come back next time, we will get the chassis started. As you can see, I've already, well, I did have the front jacked up. This is the small little things on the game that's annoying us. Sometimes you'll have the car jacked up, and when you turn around, it's not jacked up anymore. So to save glitching, we'll leave the jack there for next time. So yeah, we'll get the chassis built next time. We'll get the frame done. If we have time, we may drop the engine in, but no guarantees on that, guys. So let's get in here and 2 in the afternoon apparently. Okay, well guys, this has been Declan W075. This has been my summer car. I'd recommend to go and buy this game on Steam for £10.99p, and you may even pick it up cheaper in the sales for Christmas, so definitely recommend getting this game. I'm not much of a fan of the permadeath, urinating, hunger, thirst, fatigue, dirtiness thing. The money I can understand, doing the money and having to go around and getting money to buy parts for your car, I do understand that and I do like that aspect. As for the permadeath thing, I really do not. But anyway, yes guys, thanks for watching. Let's celebrate with a beer, and we will catch you in the next video. Don't forget guys, keep it real.